Welcome to another video. Today we are not playing my deck. We are playing a viewer submitted deck list, and it's a pretty sweet deck list, I will say. We're gonna go through this and we're gonna show off a very sweet card, Rainbow Neos. Now, looks like we're going second here. Let's see what my fan here has come up with. Necro Valley, gonna search for a Gravekeeper card. Alright, so we're playing Necro Valley. Now, Necro Valley actually really powerful in this meta. Looks like opponent is playing very heavy back row. Dogmatica Punish gonna pop our monster and probably pop a second card, depending on what they send to the graveyard from the extra deck. Alright, so let's see what happens here, but it looks like our Gravekeeper is not gonna get to fusion summon anything right now. Gravekeepers are a very popular old deck, and Necro Valley, oh, hold on a second. Witchcrafter Golem, when a spellcaster is targeted, special summons itself. Now this is some spice here. Now Gravekeeper still gets popped, and Norden is going to pop the Necro Valley, but we got a second Necro Valley. Going to battle. Looks like opponent is playing Labyrinth. Alright, Labyrinth, very powerful deck. A lot of trap effects. Once they get their field spell online, every Labyrinth trap is going to pop a card on the field. And, you know, the Necro Valley is online, but it looks like, you know, we're at a disadvantage here. If my fans send me a video where he's losing, we'll just have to find out. Opponent activating their Labyrinth. They got 3 back row. Drawn into Ecclesia. Alright, but where's the Rainbow Neos? Opponent activating Dimensional Barrier, naming Synchro. I think they named Synchro. Summoning Lady of the Labyrinth. Let's just quickly check here. Dimensional Barrier, yeah, you declare a type and you can't summon that type this turn. It is, yeah, declare type with Synchro. Alright, so we can't Synchro, but opponent probably thinks we're playing Sword Soul. We are not playing Sword Soul. We're going to search here for the Fallen Albaz. Discard a card to fusion summoning using our opponent's monster. Looks like Imperm is going to put a stop to that though. Alright, well, you know, we're doing our best. I'm sure we got more plays here, but Labyrinth is still looking like it's at the advantage. Opponent is compulsing, sending our Fallen Albaz back to the hand. Could be a bit of a risky play. You can't activate it again. If we summon it again, it's going to activate again. Opponent's Welcome Labyrinth effect in the graveyard is negated because of Necro Valley. They do pop a random card in our hand though. Lovely lady. And yeah, second effect negated, so get some value out of this. Yeah, getting some value out of this Necro Valley here, stopping 2 effects to return cards to the field. We're taking a lot of life point damage though. Opponent's setting a back row. How are we going to get out of this situation? Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis cannot summon yet. We need an extra deck monster. Headmaster going to summon a card from the graveyard. Welcome Labyrinth. Going to special summon a Labyrinth monster and pop a card on the field. Pop in the Necro Valley. Opponent doesn't want that Necro Valley stopping any more of their effects here. Ariana of the Labyrinth going to search for a Labyrinth trap. And we're going into Verte, and here it comes. Rainbow Neos. How is Rainbow Neos going to get us out of this situation? Quick effect activating Dogmatica, because once we summon that Rainbow Neos, we are locked. Cannot summon any more monsters. Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis on the field. Rainbow Neos here, and let's check him out. He's got 3 effects. Send a monster to the graveyard to shuffle all monsters into the deck. Send a spell to shuffle all spells, and send a card from your top of the deck to send the whole graveyard into the deck. And that is some 3 very powerful modes. Sending the Sneck to send our opponent's entire field into the deck. Rainbow Neos power. This is some spice. And you got to remember, TCG meta, OCG meta, none of them have Verte. This is some spice specific to MasterDuel, and opponent is giving up. Alright, very sweet game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, that last game was sweet. At the end of the video, I'm going to show off this deck list because I did get sent the full deck list, so I can't show that off. And we're very clearly designed going second. Let's see what other games our friend has in store for us. Rainbow Neos did some amazing value plays in that last game, but now we're up against Sky Striker. Sky Striker, very controlling deck list. Let's see how we do. Ecclesia. Gonna try and go for the Fallen Albaz. Looks like Max C's coming out already. Cards are gonna get drawn, and they're gonna be drawn by the opponent. Opponent up 1. Let's try and fuse. Discarding the Necro Valley. Opponent getting us with the Widow Anchor. Widow Anchor gonna negate the Albaz. Alright. Tried our best here. Activating Necro Valley. Gonna stop a lot of cards. We'll see. We'll see how powerful it is. Going straight for the Rainbow Neos. Now, let's attack. We have two choices with Rainbow Neos. We can shuffle. Hey, Necro Valley getting some value, stopping the Sky Striker Ace Ray from summoning back to the field. Now, we could either send the graveyard into the deck or send a spell into the deck. And looks like we're going to go for the spell here. Opponent responding with the Widow Anchor. Going to negate. Now, that makes sense because they don't want it shuffled into the deck, I guess. Going to negate the effect, get it in the graveyard. Sky Strikers want high spell counting graveyard, so maybe we should have chosen to shuffle the graveyard into the deck. Would have ended up the same way though. Probably didn't make a huge difference. Let's just take a quick look here. Rainbow Neos very powerful. Alright. Let's go. See what the opponent can do. Sky Strikers, again, they got a lot of cards and they're plussing right here. Mobilize gonna draw a Sky Striker, or add a Sky Striker card to their hand. Maneuver popping the Necro Valley and the Neos. An opponent got their Hornet Drones. Getting the Kagari, gonna add a card from the graveyard to the hand with Necro Valley gone. There's nothing to stop the value train. Are we gonna lose this game? We better not be sending games where you're losing. Come on, guys. Although, if you do want to send gameplay to me, definitely do so. Send me an email. I'll show my email at the end of the video if you want to send your sweet decks and sweet gameplay to get featured in a video. Looks like opponent is doing very well though. We have no cards left. Opponent got their Link Boss. They got 3 set back row. How are we going to get out of this? They got modules. They got 2 card in hand. Ecclesia going to come back though because our Neos died. We do get Ecclesia back. But I took a look at this deck list and I don't think we have the materials to summon Neos a second time. Gonna special that Ecclesia, summon the Gravekeeper, and synchro into Draco Berserker. Is Draco Berserker the way out of this? Gonna attack twice into monsters. Activating to attack a second time. Ray coming back on the field. Ray gonna summon itself. We're gonna attack again. Ray gonna summon the Sky Striker Ace. And we're gonna activate in response to that effect activation to banish that monster on the field. But opponent with the Imperm gonna stop us, negate our effect so we don't get the second attack, we don't get the banish. Opponent's got their boss on field. We don't have Necro Valley, they are still set up. Are we gonna be able to get out of this situation? Gotta believe, I guess. Believe in the art of the cards. Sky Striker Airspace, gonna be able to send a card on the field. 2, I think it does some sort of searching of, oh, they're recovering the Ray. Okay, Ray back on the field. Summoning the Dark. Dark gonna target the Albaz. Are they gonna steal our monster? We can banish. Wait a minute. We respond by banishing the Dark. And they don't get to summon. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. They don't get to summon because Dark has to summon to a link zone. It has to summon to an arrow that it points to. So by banishing it, we actually stopped them from summoning. That's actually sweet because they were probably going to do some pretty serious link play. Shark Cannon going to banish a card from the graveyard. They're set. Are we pulling through? Are we actually getting through with this Draco Berserker? Opponent setting a Mobilize. Setting another Widow Anchor. Alright, you know, I still feel like we're at a disadvantage here. Witchcrafter Golem not going to be able to do anything. Attacking into this Ash Blossom. We get a second attack, but only into a monster, so no damage this turn. Very close to getting lethal, almost. Opponent at 2,600 life points. Mobilize going to add 2 cards, though. Sky Striker Maneuver and draw a random card. Sky Strikers love the grind game. They're popping. We got nothing. Setting a card, though. I think. Yeah, they're getting back the Hornet Drone, so they're going to get their Link Monster real soon. Another Maneuver activatable. Going to pop a monster and a spell. How do we get out of this? Necro Valley back on the field. But nothing going on. Are we losing this game? We'll have to find out. Opponent with the Hornet Drones. This is a comeback. It's got to be the comeback of the century. Kagari can't add because of Necro Valley. Alright, that's stopped at least. Opponent summoning Ash Blossom going into a Sky Striker Ace. Zeke gonna send a card on the field to boost its attack points. Sky Striker's trying to get in as much damage as possible. Alright, but still got 4 back row. Is Necro Valley going to be enough? Summoning the Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. Very powerful card, but boosts its attack points when it attacks. Opponent with the Widow Anchor going to negate the effect though. Targeting, hold on a second, this Witchcrafter, when a spellcaster monster is targeted, special summons itself and sends a card from the field to the hand. Are we going to send though? Looks like we're not sending anything. Not sending anything back to the hand, but 2,800 attack points means we get to attack into the Zeke. And opponent is left with a lot less materials than they had before. Yeah, looks like, but this is going to come back to our hand. Okay, so in the standby phase of the opponent's turn, this Witchcrafter is going to bounce back to the hand. And I guess we could activate it a second time. Very interesting card. An opponent, they didn't have any more value going, and they are out of here. Wow, the Necro Valley really stopping them. Alright, that was sweet. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright, let's see what we got now. Is Rainbow Neos going to pull through another clutch victory? Opponent playing Mathmex. Now, Mathmex, probably the top ranked deck right now. Let's activate Maxi, hope for the best. Looks like Maxi resolving. Maxi the hero right now. Mathmex stopping, not comboing, not willing to combo into the Maxi. Alright, we draw Feather Duster. That must be a mistake, Konami. We're only supposed to get this when opponent has set back row. Let's search for the Gravekeepers Command It. We got 9 Necro Valleys in this deck, so we got 3 ways to search the Command It, 3 Command It, 3 Necro Valleys. Let's Ecclesia summon the Gravekeeper. Special summon that Command It from the graveyard, and that's a lot of value for a very old archetype. Gravekeepers, been around a long time. Albaz is going to try and fuse with that circular, but looks like Effect Failure is going to stop him from activating. Fallen Albaz not having a great day today. Keeps getting negated. Let's link off into Verte, and here he comes. Rainbow Neos back to savage the opponent. Special summon. Sending Circular into the deck. Interesting choice here. I probably would have attacked the Circular and shuffled the whole graveyard into the deck, because you kind of want to clean up your opponent's graveyard. And we could have kept our Snaky Boy on the field. If opponent can't deal with it, we could use it to do another play with a Super Poly, but that's okay. You know what? That is okay. Let's attack for a lot of damage. Not lethal, though. Activate that Necro Valley. Set a Super Poly and see if opponent can get through this. Rainbow Neos. Big on the plays here. Cosmic gonna banish the Necro Valley. Our opponent really not liking that on the field. Choosing Necro Valley over the set back row. Small World, searching for another Circular. They're going to go into the Circular combo. And I think Circular combo ends with a trap that summons from the graveyard, which is why they can't have that Necro Valley going on. But Maxi going to let us draw some cards. Can Mathmex power through? Looks like we're immediately Super Polying the Circular. Not going to let opponent get any value. Summoning Albion, going to let us make a Mirror Jade using the monsters from our graveyard. And opponent is out of here. Wow, that is some sweet power. This deck is actually pretty sick. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Am I going to have to craft Rainbow Neos for this, for myself to use? Because it's seemed pretty sweet so far. Opponent going first. We got a pretty interesting hand. We got a lot of Necro Valleys. We got Dogmatica. We got the Ecclesia. And we got the Rainbow Neos Fusion. Opponent is playing Tri-Brigade though. Tri-Brigade can set up a pretty big board with a lot of potential interaction. Let's see what they can do here. Oh, looks like our boy is summoning the Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. Now, I'm not sure about that. I know you can quick effect activate it as long as there's an extra deck monster on the field, but putting it on the field during the opponent's turn like this leaves it very vulnerable. It doesn't have a way to interact with the opponent, and they can't attack us, so not really a good reason to put it on the field, I don't think. Maybe a bit of an you can activate and you are going to activate. We'll see if it pays off or if it ends up being a mistake. Opponent is activating. Oh, and they're playing Scareclaws. Do Tri-Brigades play Scarecrows now? Summoning the Visa Starfrost. This seems spicy to me. I haven't seen this before. Summoning a lot of Scareclaws. Searching for another copy of the field spell. Very cool. Alright. Opponent discarding a bunch of cards to special summon Tri-Brigades from the graveyard. They have Fabled as well to discard. This is definitely a spicy deck list. I have not seen this before. Cross Sheep. Going to have effects based on what you summon to one of the zones it points you to, but it doesn't have an effect for link monsters. Oh, going into Baron. Baron? I have never seen Baron be played. Oh my goodness, Baron and Appaloosa. Alright, well, this is very spicy Tri-Brigade. I have never seen Tri-Brigade make a Baron. That is some amazing spice. Alright, so opponent has Monster Negate, Monster Negate, Monster Negate, Baron, and I think this Ancient Warrior can send a card from the field to the graveyard to bounce a card. Yeah, send the card back to hand. So opponent has a lot of interaction. Are we going to be able to get through this? Poppin'. Yeah, the Baron is popping that Fleur-de-Lis. I don't think it was the right play to summon it from the hand. But we'll see. Tron into Lava Golem. Now that is the top deck of the century. Sending the Appaloosa and the Baron to the graveyard. Dealing with 4 negates. Activating to search for a Necro Valley, but Ash Blossom going to negate that. Alright, well. Looks like opponent had even more negates going on. Let's activate Necro Valley Throne, search for the command, and it is not hard once per turn. This is an old card. Discard to search for the Necro Valley. Necro Valley does turn off the Revolt. I believe opponent added Revolt to their hand. Activating Rainbow Neos Fusion to summon the Rainbow Neos. Are we going to send all monsters to the graveyard? Opponent bouncing the Necro Valley to activate their Revolt. What are they going to summon though? They only have 3 monster zones. Triple summon, getting the Rugal. Okay, they couldn't, yeah, so they want to do the Link 4. The Link 4 is the one that banishes stuff. Rugal does not banish anything. Opponent activating a lot of effects though, and the Necro Valley not on the field to stop any of it. Opponent activating to add to hand, and what is this going to do? Summoning a monster from the graveyard. Alright, Necro Valley did not pay off here. We're going to battle. Attacking over the Ancient Warrior. Are we going to use the Neos to send all the monsters to the graveyard? We're just passing. Alright, I think that was a bit greedy trying to save the Ecclesia to summon, because we could have either shuffled the whole graveyard into the deck for free or summoned the Ecclesia and dealt with their opponent's entire board. And they're stealing the Lava Golem to go into Access Code. Alright, this looks like it's going to be painful. Access Code going to banish our Neos and our Necro Valley. Oh wait, why did it? Oh, he banished himself because of Necro Valley. Okay, Necro Valley was stopping him from banishing monsters from the graveyard, so I think opponent did not mean to do that. I think that was a mistake, powering through the Necro Valley here. Fractal gonna banish so many cards from the graveyard though to summon the Shurag, and Shurag gonna start banishing stuff, and I think we're losing now. We gotta get real lucky top deck to get out of this situation. Opponent got 2 cards in hand. Drawn into Super Poly. Is Super Poly the way out of this? Going for Ecclesia to try and fusion using their monster, and Ash Blossom gonna crush our hopes and dreams. Oh, so close. I think that's the end of for us. We don't have a card to discard for the Super Poly. Very good game though. Opponent played very well, a very spicy deck list, and maybe we didn't take advantage of the Rainbow Neos. Maybe Rainbow Neos was the answer. We just had to believe in him. Opponent banishing our last card and getting in for easy lethal. Alright, well, good game, good game. We'll try again next time. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, let's see what we got here. Double Maxi. We got a Necro Valley. We got a Super Poly. And opponent is playing Madolches. Very interesting. I have seen people say that Madolches are very strong, but I cannot bring myself to play pudding themed cards. Let me know if I'm making a mistake. Looks like our Maxi is getting negated. Our boy getting negated by Madolches. Our Madolches gonna beat this going second deck? We'll just have to see. Although thinking about this, I'm pretty sure a lot of the Madolche effects have something to do with shuffling cards from the graveyard into the deck. So Necro Valley might actually be quite powerful against them. Opponent summoning more Madolche monsters, putting Princess. Looking at this effect, yeah, a lot of these effects talk about shuffling stuff from the graveyard into the deck. I'm starting to feel like Necro Valley might shut this whole deck off. Opponent summoning more. Yeah, once detach a material when a monster is shuffled into the deck. Yeah, I start to feel like Madolche is gonna get struck by this Necro Valley. Single card, Floodgate. The original Floodgate too. Necro Valley, a very classic old card, has been errated 1,000 times. If you go to the Necro Valley errata page, you're going to see quite the essay. Necro Valley's text has changed quite a few times. Alright, fresh to start on the field. His opponent almost done. Adding Madolches back to the hand. And adding more Madolches back to the hand. And activating to set a trap. But I think we take a look at this trap, I think this trap needs a monster to leave the graveyard, and that is going to get shut down by Necro Valley, so they aren't going to be negating anything. I think this is going to be a activate Necro Valley, and opponent's deck turns off. Drawn into Pankatops, that's pretty good. We didn't have a way to start combos, but now we got Prankatops. And it looks like opponent has no responses. I don't think they can do anything. Prankatops just beating down their monsters. Setting that Super Poly. What is the opponent going to do here? So much back row. Ooh, getting us with the Kaiju. Maxi activating too late. Can't respond to the Kaiju summon. Super Poly going to discard. Fusion summon Mood Dragon. Stealing two of our opponent's monsters. Apparently, these Madolches are beasts and warriors. Alright, I did not know that. Madolches putting themed warrior beasts. Opponent's Madolches effects are negated. We're just beating them down with vanilla monsters at this point. Opponent down to 3,100 life points, and Baguska indefensible going to negate all of opponent's monster effects that are summoned. Alright, this is a pretty powerful play. Opponent, what have you got? Imperm going to negate the Baguska. Opponent setting a card, and opponent is done! They couldn't get through the Necro Valley. Alright, Necro Valley power. Maybe Necro Valley should be in every deck too. Alright. Let's go on to the deck list. Alright, we got a Rainbow Elemental Hero Neos for our Fusion Summoning. We got triple Maxi. We got triple Ash Blossom. We got triple Gravekeepers Headman. We got a Gravekeepers Commander at 3. We got a single Gravekeeper Spiritualist, 2 Dogmatic Ecclesia, 2 Fallen Albaz, triple Ecclesia. Saw how powerful that is, summoning the Albaz from the deck. We got a Pankatops. We got triple Lava Golem. Definitely focused on going second with this strategy here. Witchcrafter Golem Aruru. Very interesting tech card here. A Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. Rainbow Dragon, that is material for the fusion summoning of the Neos. 1 Harpies Feather Duster to be added to your hand by Konami. Necro Valley Throne at 3. Triple Neos Fusion. Necro Valley at 3. And Super Poly at 2. Very cool. Mood Dragon of the Swamp, Super Poly target. Let you fuse your opponent's monsters. We got Gravekeeper Supernaturalist, a Starving Venom, which is another fusion target for the Super Poly. We got Predaplant Dracozopelia, Fusion Monster, Dark Monster, pretty easy to get out if your opponent's playing Despias. We got a Thunderclin the Ash Dragon. Thunderclad, I think, is for sending with the Mirror Jade. It has an effect when it's sent to the graveyard from the extra deck to search for a Dogmatica, add a Dogmatica or a Fallen Albaz to the hand. So that's pretty good synergy with the Dogmatica cards in the deck. Makes a lot of sense to send it with the Mirror Jade. Alright, very cool, very cool. We got here the Albion the Branded Dragon. You saw that for stealing your opponent's monsters. Mirror Jade, Rainbow Neos, Powerhouse. Tell me if I should craft this. Should I be putting this in every deck? Because it seems pretty spicy. We got a Crimson Blader. Devastate your opponents by stopping them from summoning level 5 or higher monsters during their turn. That can shut off a lot of decks. Shuts off Sword Soul, that's for sure. Draco Berserker. Saw that being pretty powerful. Baron de Fleur. Number 101. Baguska. Predaplant Verte. And a Underworld Goddess. Alright, sweet deck list. Thank you so much to Littlezero for sending this to me. If you have a deck list you want to send it to my email, simking2500@gmail.com. I will check out your gameplay, check out your deck list, and you maybe get featured in a video. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good night. See you next time.